Shalom, beloved. Shalom. Great glory, great glory. Give me a moment. Shalom, shalom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I gotta clean this thing, but anyway. Right there. Did I take care of this thing or? Okay. Shalom, beloved. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Oh boy. Shalom, shalom. Give me a word if you can hear me and see me well. We are about to begin. Just to let the nation know that the thank you. Uh, the the intelligences that we are going to study. Once you pass the sun, it gets very serious and very dark in a fraction of a second. So they have not give us that much of description, especially for the Madimite. So this is going to be a little bit different than the previous one that we had studied before. Now, beloved, viewer discretion is advised. Full disclosure and full disclaimer. If you are not into this type of thing, please, you may want to leave. One thing is here, we will not tolerate you to belittle us or trying to make fun of our studies, okay? You will not come and try to disturb the chart and bringing disturbance. And while we are doing this, you're uh, making buffoonery and all this nonsense. You will be instantly hidden. If you think you can come over here and bring us in a low vibration, and we know he who control vibration have the scepter of power. We all about our power because we got next. Yea, indeed. We do not have time to be staying in low vibration and do, like, nonsense and clown stuff. If you wish to come here, you want to learn with us, you will learn with us. You're gonna share information with us when we ask for something. If you know it, you let us know. One thing we will not accept here: if you coming over here and tell us where we're going to hell or this is witchcraft, none of this nonsense, because we are not in your level. No pride, no proud, none of this nonsense. With that being said, beloved, like I said before, every time we are studying the book I show it, okay, by France Bardon, the practice of magical evocation. Then again, beloved, this is just studying, okay? We're studying. That doesn't mean we should do those things that are in there, okay? If it in your quote unquote your mind to do this, your heart to practice and do those things, you do so. If not, you don't have to do it. You just add a little knowledge of the things that you have learned, okay? Selah, so be it. Today we are going to study the intelligences of Madim, Tzedeq, Shabbatai, Uranus, and Pluto. We will begin in page. No, we will begin in page 337, chapter 8. If you have this book, you may want to follow along with us. The student who fought his way honestly through the sphere of the sun, and who has this sphere as well as the preceding ones under his control, will not find it difficult to control the three sphere which follow. Now, for those of you who remember, last night we had studied the intelligences or the genie of the give me a second. Yes, give me a second. Then again, last night we had studied the intelligences of the sun, and it is said here, if you are able to control the energy, the vibration of the sun, the three other excuse me, the three other spheres shouldn't be a problem for you. The next sphere and the sequence of sphere of is that of Madim. The Madimite sphere is influenced by such a powerful intelligences that it would be extremely dangerous for a student to even dare to evoke these intelligences without first having the preceding sphere under his control. It is said the so-called Martian or Mars, the Madimite spirit, are so dangerous or so powerful. Well, it would be it would be deadly if the dispensation would put himself in a great danger if he tried to go ahead and contact those things without doing the first three preceding one. That is why, again, we will say this: many people that are practicing quote unquote mysticism or magic, whatever you want to put it, they went and they summon things because their name sounds cool. They summon things because, okay, this thing is able to give this stuff, and they don't know what they are messing, and they are calling something that is so powerful, something that is so dangerous, and then they ended up messing them up. Okay, that's what it says here about the Madimite spirits. If a student dare go over there without practicing, without going to those three previous one first, and then you just go over there, and then you go ahead, you contact one of the Madimite spirit, it's gonna be really, really bad upon you. For this reason, and also because much mischief could be committed in a committed in a talismanological respect with the use of the seals of these intelligences, as to their powers, might, and expression. Okay, I shall not publish the seals of the individual's positive intelligences of Madim. However, I shall publish their names and their gradations. Okay, i.e., it's Latin for that is the division in degrees and the analogy of the zodiac. Those spirits that are in Madim, the planet Mars that rule the day of Tuesday, which will be tomorrow, are so powerful they don't even he choose not to publish the seal because much mischief can be committed under those seal. For instance, remember when we talk about the seals of each of your angels, to make those seal and wear them in your talisman or have them with you on your car, in your house, or whatever. Now, those things, they are positive things. They can do things that are righteous, so to speak, according to the user. Now, let's say if you take one of the energy, one of the genie, one of those intelligences from Madim, aka Mars, and they are here for destruction and war, and you got into some argument with the wife, your argument with the husband. This brother cut me off, and then you unleash the spirit upon this person, and then the spirit literally not only go after this person and destroy it, and then destroy it in the entire town. A bunch of innocent people perish because you had some beef with this guy or this girl. You ended up taking a bunch of people because those things, you know, their power are so vast and very destructive. Once they strike somewhere, they're not gonna take one person only. Now, because of this, you know, you have taken the life of a bunch of innocent people because you did not know how to use this thing. You thought it would be cool to do this to someone, because sometimes as human being we may carry certain hatred for someone, certain hatred that are beyond normal hatred people have, and those type of hatred can somewhat manifest and morph our thoughts and literally change the way that we think. You don't think normal, you don't think rational, you think like a freaking worse than an animal, then you ended up doing something like this. So this is why they don't publish those seal, because the seal of any of those things have power in them if you know how to activate them. The seal are like telephone number, they like social security, they like ID to those things. So we have to be careful here. An experienced spheric student will anyhow establish contact with the individual intelligences of the Madimite sphere through mental travel in order to find out their seals and to extend to their sphere of influences. Okay, it says now because he won't publish them, but if you're experienced student, so to speak, a magician, you will go over there and go get them yourself. That is why, beloved, once our next step get here, we will put the things in a specific place. We will talk about it. You will go get it. Just like some of you, if not all of you, well, most of you, when we talk about a book, when we talk about something, you went and buy it. You went and get it. You study it. If there's any damage that I've done, sir, ma'am, you do the damage to yourself. You know what this guy did here? He literally 100% take the blame off of him. Let me stop right here and tell a little story. He literally take the blame because people they always want to know more and more about things. And when you warn them, don't do certain things, because if you do that, they're like, I don't give a hey, gang, this is my life. I don't care about it. Once they get involved with this thing and they realize they made a huge mistake, and then they come back, they blame you. It is your fault. It is because of you. You said it was witchcraft. Now I'm missing out. I don't know where to start. No, you did this. You listened to me. You are the one that follow me. I didn't tell you to follow me. Sensei is dealing with a lot of people now, and this I took this as a lesson. When he was young, my age, when he had his title, bestowed upon him, he had friends. Okay, when you are young and my age, you are not that mature. You think you are, but you're not. So he had friends, homies, and then they know what he can do. They know the type of things, the type of power he can wield. So some of his friends come onto him and then they ask him, "Listen, man, we young Negro man, time is flying. Some of that hish, man. I want me a good car. I want me house. I want this and stuff." And then he told them, "Listen, if you want a new car, you want a new home, you're gonna have to work for it." And those guys say, "Yes, you can. If you don't possess, if you don't know, if you don't have the knowledge that do you have and you possess." You say, "Well, what are you doing? Well, where are you going with this?" Well, contact one of them, okay? Because we know there's positive, there's the negative. The negative will give you thing just like that. But what they give you is a loan. What they give you is quote unquote, it's a trap. So now you have this dude, and then the sensei friends, and they're talking and stuff like that. And sensei say, "Okay, no problem," and stuff. Hey, I am what they call I have a title. I have certain authorities. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I want to do that. Are you sure? You 100% sure? Because if you do this, there is no coming back. If you go there, there is no coming back. That's why a lot of people, they told them, they say, if you go there, there's no coming back. They went there. And then all of a sudden now they are backpedaling. All of a sudden now, oh, hey man, we are Hebrews, we are Israelites, and yeah, man, I'm all about my people now. No, there's no coming back from this, man. So the deed was done, it was signed with your own blood. You make your decision, the money start to come. The money start to come, those guys, they don't know Sensei anymore. Many of those friends, they get away with him. They get away from him. Luxury car, women, booze, things, but they could not go to sleep. None of them never had one night of sleep. Okay, none of them have one night of sleep. They can't go to sleep. They can't sleep. When you make things, when you cut deals with those entities, you will never be able to sleep like a normal person. It's not like you have some kind of insomnia or things, sir. They will torment, because that's where they get the gratification, to torment you. They suck on your energy when you're on a low vibration. They will give you, quote unquote, this money, not wealth though, money, paper money, not riches, paper money. And they will wash your hands. This term "wash your hands" mean whatever money that you touch, you just, money to you is things. Oh, I daughter draw this thing. So money to you is, you just touch it and then it gone. Touch it. You cannot hold money in your hand. They put like somewhat some spiritual hole in your hand. Whatever money that you have is just fair. You just spend it. You're a spender. You just give money and out there nonsense. You will never be able to spend money and do something good with it. People that make those type of contract and pact, they never share their wealth. They never did anything good with their quote unquote their wealth. They spent their wealth on nonsense, buffoonery. That's why you see those people all over. They will buy one gold tooth for $2 million. They will buy a car for $10 million. They will buy a house for $50 million, which they don't have. Okay, they will go ahead and hang out with people that don't look like them, and so they spend all this thing because that's how the spirits influence them. They won't build anything in the community after years of destruction or of destroying our community and themselves, and then they effed up, and then all of a sudden now they want to get out. And then those guys keep calling. Most of them died though, and those guys keep calling Sensei like, "Yo, I can't sleep, man. Can I give that back? Can this thing that back? Can I do that back?" No, you can't. You know damn well what you are doing. Now you enjoy it. There's no more left, and then you don't want to pay. That's exactly what this guy just said. Franz Baldon just said here. He will not give anything out there so people will use them to do wickedness. And then one day effed up, they will come back. They'll bother you. They'll say, "Well, get me out of this thing. You put me in there. You should have told me this. You should have." Well, we told you, man, don't be messing with those things because they don't play that thing, man. There are plenty other stuff, but you're going to have to work. You need riches, you're going to have to work for it. Once you work, they will bless your hand and you will make the money. Most people don't want to work. Give me this hish right now. Give me right now, right now. So that's why Baldon put it over there, okay? This is again, man. This is very serious. Don't destroy your soul, right, Regina, okay? Okay? All right? Do not destroy your soul because of riches, so to speak, all right? Now, in this manner, I discharge the responsibility that perhaps an immature person might misuse these seals, because if the intelligences of Mars are evoked carelessly without the appropriate preparations, even when they are positive intelligence, they could cause the sudden death of a human being, apart from the fact that many seals could be misused for erratic purposes. Let me read it again. In this manner, I discharge the responsibility. I discharge it. I take this thing away from me, because I'm not going to be the guy here that will give an information that is so dangerous. And I know it's dangerous, and I know there's way more immature scumbag people watching. They don't want to do the work. Okay, they're always against what you are saying. They're always against study. But when they heard something, they say, I could use this. I can use this to make myself rich. I can use this to get down with her. I can use this to get him in my bed with me. And then they took this thing, and then they make something, they evoke this thing, sudden death. You know, you got children in your home, they are very mature, and you on firearm, you need to get a safe. Don't be put the gun right there on the ground and say, they won't touch it, or they don't know what it is, or they won't know how to use it. You put it in a damn safe, you put it inside of a secret room, you lock the door, you swallow the key. Because they are immature, that's what they do. They don't care. But this thing going to kill you, brother, I don't give a crap, man. But if you do this, the entire town, the people in the family, they'll die. I don't give a F, Negro. Tell me how to live my life, man. Those people are very immature. Why? Because I didn't know about this. I was one of them. In this manner, I discharge the responsibility that perhaps an immature person, somebody described the word, define the word perhaps, which is another word for maybe, okay, perhaps. An immature person might misuse these seals, because if the intelligence of Mars or Madim are evoked carelessly without the appropriate preparation, even when they are positive intelligences. Even when they are positive intelligences, they could cause the sudden death of a human being. Apart from the fact that many seals could be misused for erotic purposes. Rapists. You got some people watching, they are freaking rapists, man. You got people watching this, they are murdered. They kill people for pleasure. Have you seen this thing in Idaho? Still now they can find this dude because he's a professional. I wouldn't be surprised if you're watching this live. Some people do that. And they find out that they can use something for erotic pleasure. Okay, they will literally take it and then go around and start raping people, men and women and children with it. Where did he get this thing? From France Bardon. He know what people can do with this. He called it. That is why they are certain, and for again, are so powerful, it will not be said here. You will come get it. People are like that, brothers. You see it all over YouTube and all social media, or whatever, all the time. You hear it all the time. People love to do and killing people, okay? Okay, perhaps used to express uncertainty or possibility. Okay, all right. Whosoever is truly interested in pure knowledge will find it reasonable that I list only the names of the Mars intelligences, which will completely satisfy any mature person. I am satisfied. I am satisfied because he only mentioned the name. He just give you the name. He don't give you the ability, what they do, what they can do, because there are so many images, especially people that are two-third. They don't care about their life. Therefore, why should they care about yours? They will cause complete havoc. 83. They don't give a crap about anything. All they want is killing, and they get pleasure out of killing. They have pleasure out of using things negatively, wickedness. Now those people cannot use those things. Well, and it's not cannot use, they can still use them, but they will die. If they die, it's gonna be on their own. They think they're gonna see a name, they say, let me try this name. They don't know what to do there, and then they invoke this spirit, and the energy came in with such a wrath, such a force. Remember, we told you the story about a group of people that happened back in the 70s in Haiti. They were trying to call a spirit, one of those spirit. Okay, I believe most likely it was the Saturnite spirit for money. They were evoking this spirit my mother was there, of course, with those people. That happened in the 80s or 70s. And then the spirit told them, I cannot land. You asked me to do, if I land here, the entire town will be destroyed. And then the guy was like, I don't give a crap. He literally told the spirit, I don't give up. You get down there and you give me what I ask. And then with wrath, this spirit until certain things happen to this person and this person pass out. And the mature people that was there tell the spirit, go, don't come back. The immature don't give a crap. Sometimes those things come and say, I can't come here. There's too many people here. If I come here, I will destroy. What, brothers, this is what it is. What you are doing, you're pulling something from another dimension. That their body temperature, you see when you sit next to someone, when you're cuddling with your wife, your children, and one of you can feel the body temperature is higher. We do not, all of us, we do not have the same body temperatures. When somebody come in the sun, running in the sun, they come sitting next to in the AC, you can feel the heat coming out of them. When you call those things, they don't have the same the atmospheric, whatever place that they came from, they don't have the same the same properties that you have here. When they come, some of them come with sulfuric acid, some of them come with lightning, some of them come with water, some of them come, they suck up the energy, some of them come, it's like you literally take the sun and then you put the sun in your house or in the town. It will obliterate the place if you don't properly provide this thing with certain things, and then it will mitigate the destruction. For instance, you cannot go in the sea, pick up a fish in your hand and then run home and put it in your table and speak with it or keep it as a pet. You have to provide this fish an environment that is suitable for him or her or whatever for it. You have to take this fish, put it in some type of a fish tank. Okay, you put it in there, properly transport it, okay, to your home, and then pet it for a period of time. And then when this fish going, you gotta put it back in the sea or wherever. But if you just take this fish out of the sea, and then you just throw it to your house. This fish either will die, and then when this fish die, it could have some disease and people in the house and infected and stuff like that. So that is why those things are extremely difficult, and I am very pleased that he does not cite or give the information, the seal, and the ability, because you won't believe how many immature people that will use this to hurt people. We got a sister in the nation, we got people in the nation that are healing people, and you have other people that heard about our people or healing people, okay? They contact other entities that say, well, if I can get you out of that gym, but you're gonna have to give me a priest or priestess, and then they come under a pseudo pledge unto you to work for them, and once you heal them, and then the entity have your life. They want to hurt you. People that come, they like, yo, I want to be healed, I want light and stuff, and then they put the problem in front of you. They make the problem seems it's the other person that is wrong, and you hot-headed, you went, especially if you're freaking Aries, you know, you go hot-headed in there, and then you caught up in the whole gym, and then that person kind of like, you become a down payment for this person, and then that entity say, okay, you got 6 more left. Some people are evil, man. I just want my brothers and sisters to know that you are trading a very serious, dangerous propriety or property right here, zone and situation. Because some people are very mature. They are very, very, very evil. Now, whosoever is truly interested in a pure knowledge will find it reasonable that at least only the name of the Madimite's intelligence is, which will completely satisfy any mature person. It should be well known to an astrologer that the Madimite sphere and its effects predominantly pursues the Mars principle. If you don't know what the Mars principle is, you may want to study that or find out a little bit. The Mars principle, okay, it's no joke. Madim is no joke, all right? Under the influence of the Madimite sphere are the following: passionate love. Somebody describe the word passionate. Passionate love. Of course, Madim, is all about this. That's why people say, oh, Madim and Shabbat, they are two evil planets. No, they're not. You don't know what they can do. You only know the negative spirit that is in them. There are plenty positive spirit. The second pentacle of Mars is probably the greatest pentacle ever. Whatever disease, whatever things you have, you put this pentacle, if it's properly made, it will cure it. Passionate love, extreme and intense. Extreme passionate love, extreme and intense. Erratic, superhuman strength. If you're a Madimite and then your element is earth, there you got things in you. Superhuman strength to be able to lift up a car and throw it like across town. That's what the so-called the Madimite can give you, okay? Passionate, showing or caused by strong feelings or strong belief. Passionate love. That's why Madim is madly in love with Noga. And that's the only women in there, that's the only planet that he fight with everyone except for Noga. Passionate, super in love with her. But Noga is in love with everybody. That's what she does. She do all. She just all sort of thing. Showing a cause, yeah, by strong feeling or somewhere. So, all right. Superhuman strength, wars, and etc. Hey, you want laser eye beam? Contact the Madimite. You want to breathe fire like a dragon? Contact the Madimite. You want to destroy a place, a town with your hand, with fire? With water? Call them out. Air? You want to cause earthquake and destroy everything? That's what it is. The Madimites are in the midst, You want to go into some colleges and then take a bunch of kids out because I don't know, I don't like them, or they just easy target. Somebody want to attack your place and stuff. You want to put security in your place. Well, contact the Madim. You're a bodybuilder. You want super strength. You want to compete in the Olympic. You want to be super. Hey, Madim is all about that stuff. It is also important to know that the negative intelligences of the sphere of the sun and the Martian sphere are the most dangerous which exist in our cosmic hierarchy. I would write that down if I were you. Out of all the sphere that are in our cosmic hierarchy, the negative being from Shemesh and Madim are the worst. Let me read it again. It is also important to know that the negative intelligences of the sphere of the sun and the Martian sphere are the most dangerous which exist in our cosmic hierarchy. Shemesh and Madim. If your ass is a Shemeshite, Madimite, then you're in a deep hish right there. If you are born in Sunday and any in the house of Aries, or who else is ruled by Madim? Who else is ruled? I believe Aries ruled by Madim. Is it Scorpio ruled by Madim also? Is that what that is? Scorpio ruled by Madim, or whatever else, or the 2 planets or 3 planets are ruled by Madim. If you are a Shemeshite, Capricorn, no, Capricorn is not ruled by Madim. Capricorn is ruled by Shabbatai, which is another heavyweight, literally heavy. Okay, if you are a Sunday person, you are born in the house of Aries, and then it just it just turned out to be that, hey, you are Shemeshite Madimite, the negative spirit, the power that brothers, anybody can do this. It doesn't matter, but it's just an example that how you are closer to the most dangerous stuff, because they influence you. That's the negative part of you, okay? That's the negative part of you, okay? Huh? Madim only rule 2, Scorpio and Aries. Thank you. I believe this. Thank you. Yeah, 2 of them. If you are born in the house of Aries or in the house of Scorpio, you are ruled by Madim. The negative spirit that form your ruler, they are the most dangerous. And if you're a Shemeshite or Leo, okay, if you're a Leo, or if you are born in the house of Leo, of course, the negative spirits are the most dangerous. The Mars Principle, there's a book about it. I forgot. I learned about that thing. I forgot the name of it, but you can do a little little research. My son is a Scorpio born on Sunday. That's good. His element is water. He was born under the sun. However, they are very, very bad. And those things can influence you, okay? That's what I'm telling you. That's people think like I'm doing the whole humble thing because I try to be humble. It is extremely difficult, man. It is extremely difficult for me to do those things because those things they walk behind you. They'll be with you. If you let any opening, any stroking, any grading against, they will inflate your ego and they will literally come and destroy you. You see a lot of people get destroyed like that. You left those things. No, you don't do this. No, Cancer is actually ruled by the moon. That's the only. Wait, hang on. Cancer and what other planet or what other house are ruled by the moon? Okay. The house of Leo is ruled by the sun. Because the sun ruled the house of Leo, the sun itself, the negative part of the sun, have the worst spirit. The most dangerous spirits are from the sun and the planet Mars. So if you have relationship with any of those things, you gotta be very careful because that's a negative part of you. The other guy, you know who I'm talking about. That's where they feed. You got to be very careful. because they are extremely dangerous. So if you are Leo, if you are Shemeshite Leo, which is very rare, that's like deep right there. You were born under the sun in the house that ruled by the sun. So it's double upon you. Just like when the wisdom is double upon you, the F thing is just like Solomon, the wisdom was double upon him. And the curse was like the worst possibly thing that happened to him. Okay. One last time, it is also important to know that the negative intelligences of the sphere of the sun and the Martian sphere are the most dangerous which exist in our cosmic hierarchy. Okay. Okay. All right. So, well, how do you find out what house you are born in? Could someone recommend some books? Simple Google. Somebody in the house, somebody in the chart will help you if you put the information, the day that you were born, and then you will do that. Okay. If brethren, what if you were born in the house of Aquarius? What is that? So you gotta find the ruler of your planet, or the ruler of your house. Okay, you gotta find what affected you a lot. Some of you are going through hell because of certain planets, certain things affected you, and you never pay attention to this. And those things, your quote unquote the other guy, he feed on that. Once you know about it, you put like somewhat a mental, spiritual barrier. They can't feed on that anymore. So you may want to do this. Now, brethren, under the sphere of influence are the following: murder, manslaughter, robbery, fire, annihilation, destruction, and etc. Now, let me say this again. Under the sphere of influence are the following: murder, manslaughter, robbery, fire, annihilation, destructions, etc. Somebody define the word annihilation. Is that what that is? Annihilation. You know what happened when you say this place was annihilated, completely destroyed. That is why those things are they are very dangerous. Beloved, listen. Those are the positive that can do this. Sometime, let's say, for instance, you may come upon a planet. I'm just saying that is so evil, all the inhabitants of evil, they don't want to repent and stuff like that, and you become one of the most high Michaels or Gabriels, one of the archangel. You has evolved to that part and you are in another universe. Okay. All right. So when you have this type of power, the most high sent you to this place. He said annihilated this place, it's garbage, this experiment failed, those people didn't learn Hish, kill all of them. And then he put that Madimite spirit upon you. And then when you come to this planet, there are women, children, and men. You just murder, slaughter all of them. Annihilate it, destroy utterly, obliterate the whole planet. Do you know things like that happen? It happened all the time. Out of all the planets the Messiah created, he destroyed a bunch of them because those people refuse. We, because of us, because of children of the light, he spared this planet. He spared it. But a lot of people are going to be annihilated. Murder, manslaughter, robbery, fires, annihilation, destruction, etc. Those are the one. The 36 intelligences of the Martian spheres. In the house of Aries, we have three of them. We have Raum, we have Raum, Gibsir, Rahol, the house of Taurus, Adika, Agricol, Fifal, the house of Gemini, Imini, Koluir, Ibnahim, the house of Cancer, Itits, Uodu, Il Kamon, the house of Leo, Oxus, Otobir, Kutruk, the house of Virgo, Idia, Abodir, Idida, the house of Libra, Sibor or Cybor, Asor, Abodiel, the house of Scorpio. Scorpia. Wow. No puns intended. Scorpia. Velusia. Corum, the house of Sagittarius. So, wow. Sagittar. Okay, now you see why certain of the houses bear the name. For instance, the first one in the house of Scorpio is Scorpia. The first one in the house of Sagittarius is Sagittar. Okay, Sagittar, Aguila, Boram. The house of Capricorn, Absalom. Okay, didn't David have a son named Absalom? You know what Absalom was trying to do to David, to Solomon, right? Wait, no, hang on, not Solomon, but David. Yeah, it was David that had the son named Absalom. Okay, Absalom and Solomon, they were brothers. Is that what that is? Okay. Now, Absalom, the house of Capricorn, Absalom, Istriach, Abdomon, the house of Aquarius, Anator, Ilutria, Obola, the house of Pisces, Pisces. Okay. All right. Pisces, Pisces, Philista, and Odowom. Those are the 36 intelligences of Madim. You do what you want to do with them. Those are the 36 positive. Those are the 36 positive. You want to know the negative? Feel free. I want to know them because I don't want anything scared me off. I don't want to fear anything. I'll know both the positive and the negative. That's when your true self will come out. Who are you, Big Levi? I have to know both. I have to like go to the exam of both of the positive and the negative. Will I fall? Will I fail the positive? Will I fail the negative? Will I fail either one, or will I pass both? That's what I want to know. I don't want no fear. Like I don't want to like, yo, I fear this and that. No, I want to go ahead. Everybody, the moment I appear, the spirit of the Most High is in me. Everybody bow down. When it comes to things like that, okay. Chapter 9, the genie of the sphere of Tzedeq. If you are Zedekites, the Zedekite stuff are so powerful, you only have 12 of them, if I'm not mistaken. This was to the Madimite or people that, that the planet rules by Madim and stuff. Those are the 36. That's all. You plenty warning. Plenty warning, okay? All right, plenty warning. Now we are moving to Tzedeq, aka Jupiter. Any Zedekites in the midst? All right, then. People that was born on Thursday, Tzedeq. Excuse me. The student should not strive to establish any contact with the genie of the sphere of Jupiter until he has achieved complete success and getting of at least a few intelligences of the Madimite sphere under his absolute control. If you are a student, do not try to contact the intelligences of Tzedeq without having a few of the Madimite under your complete and absolute control. You know what that takes, brothers? Of certain of those destructive spirit, you, a human being, can control them, whether they were positive or negative. That's deep right there, man. Do not go to Tzedeq until you got a few of the so-called Madimites under your will or your power. All right. And it was mentioned in the previous chapter that each of these intelligences of Mars is very difficult to control. The vibration of the sphere of Jupiter and its influences are considerably more bearable than the sphere of the Sun and the Martian sphere. How will the magi or the student will know, or when he or she is ready? You'll know that. You will feel when you're ready. When you're riding a bike, you don't just when you were a kid, when you're riding a bike, you don't just take a bike, you go ride it. You're gonna keep falling, then you're like, okay, I'm ready. When you're ready to take an exam, you'll know you're ready. You'll do enough study, like I have certain things, I have enough preparation. When you know you're ready, when you make enough study and enough preparation, you'll know you're ready. But if you just go for the sake of bragging rights or to make a YouTube video, I travel to Mars, I see the Martian and stuff like that, and it's like, no, you won't come back. And they give you fair warning here. It's stay grueling treatment, practice, and exercise and stuff, grueling stuff. That is why it is good to begin with fasting. If you can do 40 days fasting, water only or no water, you prepare your mind, you go into extreme stuff, and those things, they will be. That's why I recommend. If anybody you want to get this, I always recommend Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. This cartoon, it's you. I reckon that's like the ultimate guidebook to this thing. Hunter x Hunter. Okay, HXH. It's on Amazon. I mean, it's on Netflix. I recommend you watch the whole series. It began nice, but brother, once you start getting to season 5, what? Oh, once you start getting to season, you like, God damn, what? I thought that thing was, that's how it is. That's how, if you train your body, the next step you train, it keep getting harder. You train, you will become so powerful. The moment you step in certain places, everything will fled. Will feel like, oh, this nigga is here. You just eat this thing and stuff, minding my own business. I don't want nothing to do with this guy. You have to train yourself. Hunter x Hunter. Somebody type this. If you think if you want to be ready, if you want to train, okay, watch this cartoon. Well, it's an anime, so to speak. So you'll know when you're ready. When you're ready, you'll know. You'll know this. You'll know. When you're ready, you're gonna train a lot. Okay. Be ready mean you have to train a lot. You have to practice a lot. And then you'll then, okay, I'm ready. Okay. Some of you will just do these things, okay. You just learn. Some people are here like, hey, I'm not about this thing, which is good. You just learn, that's all. Okay. Yeah, the manga is very powerful. The nen and yen, yatsu and all that, which is real. All those things they're talking about, it's real, Bridget. It is actually real if you read it. Okay. Hunter as Hunter, X, the letter X, and then the word Hunter again. Okay, Hunter x Hunter. If you truly, you gotta watch season 1. Okay, until the all the we gotta watch all the episode, and you'll see. Yo, season 5, man. Season 5. I was to a point, brothers. I was definitely afraid. It's a cartoon. I was scared for the little boys. I'm like, damn, how they gonna make it out of this thing? It's extremely difficult, but you're gonna have to work on it. But anyway, uh, okay, Martian sphere. And it was mentioned in the previous chapter that each of these intelligences of Mars is very difficult to control. The vibration of the sphere of Jupiter and its influences are considerably more bearable than the sphere of the Sun and the Martian sphere. So Tzedeq is more bearable. It's difficult, but it's more bearable than the Sun and Mars. Okay, all right, than the Sun and Mars. All right, now let me see the extent. Wait, again. Therefore, it will not be very difficult for the spheric student to establish contact with the genie of the sphere of Tzedeq. The extent of the sphere of influence is extremely large, and their influence, which are certain abstract nature, penetrate directly to all the subordinate sphere to our zone girdling the earth, and also such in it has affect our physical world in the mental, astral, physical plane. Now, what they said here, they say the vibration of Tzedeq is not that it is very strong compared to the others, very strong, except for the one of the Sun and Mars. Now, because the vibration of Tzedeq, the intelligence of Tzedeq and the others are higher, and they will the one that in the zone girdling the earth. Let me see if we did study all of them of the one girdling the earth. Excuse me. Excuse me. Did we study that, brethren? Oh crap, we did not. Oh good grief. Oh boy, we didn't study the being of the four elements, right? I mean, I studied them. Do you know the being of the four elements? The element of fire. Oh crap, we did not study this. I did, but the element of fire, water, earth. Do you know the being that habited your element? You know the being. You know the being that habitated your house. Okay. For instance, we're in the house of Sagittarius right now. You know the being that habitated your planet, your day. For instance, we are in Levana. Okay, today is Monday. We had known the 28 moon station and the 28 spirits that live that govern the 28 cities and stuff like that. So, and then we need to study the being of the four. Oh, good. Did we? Oh yes. We study the 360, the zone that girdling the earth, the zodiac girdling the earth. Okay, we study the 360. However, we haven't studied the four element beings. Okay, the salamanders, the undines, the fairies, and the gnomes. We haven't studied that. Once we're done with this, we will jump into study the being that is in the element of fire. If your element on fire is fire, tomorrow you will be good. Next day we will do water, then we will do earth, they will do that. Okay, you need to know all those things, not by heart, but become familiar. Hey, they are being living in those things and the stuff like that. Okay, if your earth, your the being that habited your stuff or gnomes, they live under the earth and stuff like that. But anyway, excuse me. All right. A spheric student who has properly and sequentially completed all the tasks of the preceding sphere and according with the instruction given either through evocation or mental travel, and who has established contact with the individual beings, genii, and genie or intelligences of each sphere, must have come to the conclusion that through mental travel, i.e., which is Latin for that is, traveling with his mental body to the individual sphere and now traveling also to the sphere of Jupiter, he is much more open to knowledge and wisdom. And he gains considerably more than when he employs the methods of evocation and summoning the entities of to our earth. Like Sensei said, like many of other high masters said, it is always better 100% for you to go there than to call them here. It is always 100% better when you go to their place than you when you evoke them to come to you. Sometimes you don't have choice; you have to evoke them to come. But it is always 100% better when you go to their place. You want to go to Mars? You don't call the Martian to come to you. You go to them. A lot of respect for that. They will respect you for that. And you will gain much more knowledge. When you do that, you have zero debt. But when you call them from their place, they have to materialize. And everything that they do, when they come onto you, it's a debt upon your head. For instance, certain people that call those negative being, they call quote unquote a negative intelligence is what you know as a demon. When the demon came in, they don't have any form. They are pure energy. So they need body. They will take the head of a human, the body of a goat, the legs of a dragon, the wing of bat, okay, the ear, okay, of snake, okay, the hands of frogs. All those parts they bow. It's a debt upon your head. Because people don't study that, they don't realize that they want the money. And now, because they took those things, it's not like they're gonna put them back. They literally cut off someone's head to materialize and come before you. When you evoke a positive being, this being come as a human being in front of you. It takes a lot of energy for this thing to materialize, compress this powerful energy inside of a human being and stay there for a very short period of time. When you travel there mentally, it's better. It is better when you go astral. Well, they call it astral travel, but it called a mental travel, and it's extremely dangerous. And then it's not difficult though. It's not very difficult. It's extremely dangerous. You have to know where you are going, and you have to go with someone for the first time. People have to go with you. That is why Sensei and the master say when we are ready, okay, a group of us will come to a specific place, okay, and then we will be there. We will go together. We will go to a zone that will not affect us that much. We will meet certain entities, speak to them, and then we'll go there back and forth a few times. Then you can go on your own. Then after that, whatever happened to you, sir, that's your business. Okay, all right. On the contrary, it is quite appropriate, okay, to practice and master both methods equally. However, should the student wish to consciously comprehend particular question of a spiritual nature, subtlety, etc., in a much better manner, he will always prefer to visit a particular sphere in his mental body. In this case, it would be the sphere of Zedek. The consciousness of the student expands through the influence of the vibration of the sphere of Zedek. He can penetrate more profoundly into the truth he has received from the genie, and he can also understand them much more easily. That doesn't mean if you go there and any of those sphere, you ask a question, they give you an answer, you should understand it. Okay? All right? But if you go to the sphere of Zedek, if you can reach there, you will be much more lucid. You will be much more comprehensible. When they say something, you instantly understand it much more easily. After returning to his physical body on earth, the student can transfer this truth to this physical consciousness without any great effort. So once you go visit Zedek, they give you an intelligence, or they give you a knowledge. You can come back to earth in your body. You can store this knowledge and anything without great effort. But if it's your first time going to this place, you will have extreme issue, problem, disorientation. You become dizzy. You have to regain your strength, and then most of those things you're probably going to forget them. But if you keep training, you'll be good. Besides that, the student will also be able to express the knowledge that he has received in the sphere of the deck in an understandable intellectual language. Okay, once you travel to Zedek, when you come back, you will speak clearly. You won't be like me. Words here, words there, everything all over, because your mind is not mature enough. Once you travel to Zedek, you become refined. When you're speaking, everybody just sit there and watching, and you speak straight, clear, in a manner people will understand you because you have matured enough. Only through his practical experiences will he be able to recognize which of the spheric inhabitants he should contact through evocation and which one of he should contact through mental travel. Now, it is said only when you become mature, only will become really strong, you will know which of those spirits, which of those intelligence you can contact through mental travel, or the one you can evoke and call them. Certain one of them, you like, it would be better if I go to this guy. But certain one of them, like, it would be better if this guy come to me. It depends on your study and your skills and things that you've been doing. You will develop these things on your own. That is, brothers, if you're all of this. We just study, that's all. Scary stuff. Anyway. Now, the 12 genie of the sphere of Zedek. In accordance with their unlimited sphere of influence of all the beings, angels, and genie of the sphere of Zedek, 12 genie rank as the highest. Their influences extend over the entire cosmic worldly order, i.e., which is Latin for that is, to all spheres, planes, and planets, and to all inhabitants. Each of the 12 arc genie has a particular relationship to our sign of the zodiac, indeed. And their laws of analogy are identical with all sphere and planes of our cosmic hierarchy. For the first evocation, the seal of the genie of Jupiter are to be drawn in blue. So if you are going to do the thing with Zedek, the seal needs to be drawn in blue. Why blue? Because blue is the color of Zedek. Okay. All right. A lot of people, we are in page 340. A lot of people, like, Zedek is not a yellow planet or stuff like that. Okay. Zedek is actually a blue planet, so to speak. Mars is not red. Mars is a planet just like if all those planet, brethren, they have life in them. Now you understand why those people cloak their planet, because they don't want the certain people, just like you don't want some of them to come here. They don't want some of you to go over there. Just like you don't want any negative hish coming over here and causing you trouble. They don't want any of the negative people come over there and stuff. Do you know that you have influence on them too? Okay, Zedek is a beautiful blue planet with oceans and land and sea and everything in it. So does Mercury, so does Venus, so does Saturn, so does Uranus and Pluto. Pluto is a little bit of we'll get to Pluto yet, but leave Pluto where it is right now. So, but those things, they have people in there. Just like on Earth, it's us here. But they don't want certain one of us to go there. We don't want certain one of them to come here. Reciprocal. Now, for the first, okay, blue, first one for Zedek. Malkash Dael, signs of the zodiac, Aries. He's the first genius of the sphere of Zedek. He keeps the electric fluid and the entire cosmic hierarchy and equilibrium. The enlivening of all things created, or all three kingdoms on our earth and the zone governing the earth, is among his duties. Malkadahel controls the will and the activity in human beings and all other living beings. When a student contacts this archgenius, he will instruct him completely in regards to these matters. In addition, he will familiarize the student with magical and Kabbalistic methods, which will enable him to increase and decrease activity of his discretion. With the help of instructions he received from this genius, the magician will be able to call forth such a manifestate of belief through magic and Kabbalah that he will be able to call forth miracles or an entire cosmic world order of which a layperson has no idea. Furthermore, Malkajdael can initiate the student into the primary element of fire and all its aspects and analogies of the microcosm and the macrocosm. The microcosm, which is us, and the macrocosm, which is the big dude. He can initiate you and things like that, okay? He can also give the student instruction and methods in which he can control this primary element through magic and the Kabbalah and all parts of his face, of course, which is fire, in order to become the absolute master of activity and the microcosm and the macrocosm. Also, this art genius can familiarize the student with many more laws, more wisdom, and much more knowledge pertaining to activity, the electric fluid, the prime element of fire, the principle of light, etc. Not only can this art genius familiarize the student with these powers, he can also make all this power accessible to him through an appropriate his sheka, that is, through a transfer of powers. Not only this genie, the first one, can teach you about those things, he can actually transfer them to you. Instant transfer, give you all this ability to control fire, make fire, all the stuff. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay? When it comes to spheric magic, this art genius is one of the most powerful, and no student should neglect to establish contact with him. So if you are into this stuff, this guy is like a must for you. You must contact him. Okay. There is not a single intelligence in all the other spheres, with the possible exception of the Uranus intelligence, that can give the student the amount of power in the cosmic hierarchy as does Malkaj Da'el. Malkaj Da'el is no joke, except for Uranus. He said here there is no possible other intelligences, all the sphere that can give you the amount of hish that Malkaj Da'el can dispose, can put at your disposal. He's a must, you know. Number two, as model, sign of the zodiac, Taurus. Okay, the first one is Aries. The second one, Taurus. As model is the second genius of the sphere of Tzedeq. Under his jurisdiction, he is the control and guidance of the primary principle of love, with all its aspect and analogies in all sphere, planes, and all the planets of the entire cosmic worldly order. Any student who establishes contact with this art genius will be able to understand the profoundest mysteries of love, not only emotionally and intellectually, but also from the point of view of wisdom. This art genius explained to the student in which manner every cosmic law of vibration can be caused in any sphere through evocation or mental travel through magic or Kabbalah. All right. This genius can make all miracles which can be caused and realized in matters of love through magic and the Kabbalah accessible to the student, not only in our physical world or in the zone girdling the earth, but also all the other planets and all the other sphere. As model guides all path of holiness, which see the divinity in the aspect of love, the conscious sphinx student is instructed theoretically and practically by Asmodel about all these aspects. Any student who is interested in the mysteries of cosmic love and the entire cosmic world order will find this genius one of the best art initiators. So if you're interested in love, some of you love everything. You love emotionally and intellectually. This is your dude. Cosmic love, orderly love, the love of the entire cosmic universe that we live here. There are many other universes out there. Can't wait for me to travel them, man. It's just wow. Grueling work, but someone gonna have to do it, okay? All right. Now, number three, Ambriel, sign of the zodiac, Gemini. This is the third archgenius of the sphere of Zedek. Under his jurisdiction is all knowledge of the entire cosmic hierarchy. He monitors the intellect and therefore all theoretical knowledge, regardless of the particular field of knowledge. He directs the maturity of knowledge. The intellectuals perceive faculty of any being in the entire cosmic world order. This genius not only guides the intellectual perception and the intellectual talents of individuals in accordance with maturity and development, but also those of all the inhabitants of an entire planet. All sciences and arts and all planets which are in harmony with the intellect and reason are under the jurisdiction of this art genius. You heard what they say? All arts and all science and all planet. That means all the planets they have arts, sciences. Arts is music, painting, entertainment, anything that is beautiful. They have all of them. Okay, it all of those things are under his jurisdictions, so to speak. All right. Um, the student can be thoroughly informed and instructed by this genius about the primary element of water, its activities and effects, and consideration of the entire cosmic lawfulness in regards to magic and the Kabbalah. The student can also be instructed as how to certain occult abilities can be awakened and developed in the mental body through the magnetic fluid, for example, transcendental vision and all sphere and all the planets. Some of our people have this ability, transcendental vision. Some of you can go to sleep and then you go to certain place. You're like, what the hell is this? You go to certain places that are you like, this is another planet. Okay, I'm dreaming. No, some of our people can do these things. Okay, transcendental vision and all spheres and all planets. And there are many other things that the student can learn from this art genius. A spheric student who also the cosmic magnetic fluid completely under his control can achieve miraculous things with it, of which an uninitiated person have no idea. Okay. Number 5, Vershiel, sign of the zodiac, Leo. So for the Leo, this is the fifth arcgenius of the sphere of Jupiter. The entire vitalizing prime principle of the whole cosmic worldly order in all planets, and is also under the protection of this arcgenius. Their Shiel controls all life in all sphere and all planets, including our Earth. Okay, all planets, including all Earth, all life in all planet. All the planets have life in them, brethren. We're gonna have to keep saying this. All of them have lives in them. It's just the Gentiles want to show you like nothing exists out there. Don't be looking. No, all of them, they have lives in them. Okay, which is concerned the life of the plant, animal, or human kingdoms, or whether it concerns the human being in this physical, astral, or mental body. When the student contacts this art genius, he will be instructed in the highest magic in Kabbalah that applies to the entire cosmic worldly order. She'll entrust the student with special methods and practice in order to acquire the highest power in the cosmic worldly order. Besides that, those miracles which are called forth through belief and through the power of conviction are also under the jurisdiction of this arch genius. All right, Vershiel in the house of Leo. All right, in the house of Virgo, Hamaliel. Hamaliel is the number 6 genius of the sphere of Tzedeq. He is in charge of all chemical primary principle and primary element of the entire cosmic worldly order. Now you see, brothers, whenever they told you about those things, they are not in charge because of Tzedeq only. They're in charge of the entire thing, the entire cosmic, not of Tzedeq only. Okay? Amaliel in the house of Virgo, all right? A student who establishes contact with this art genius can receive detailed information regarding the chemicals elements which are already known on our earth. But in addition, he will also receive information pertaining to chemical elements which perhaps might be discovered in the distant future. You heard that? Hamaliel is one of those intelligences that responsible for all chemicals. For instance, chemicals have a bad reputation. People, oh, this have too much chemical in it, but chemicals are good. Okay, there's a lot of things you can do with chemicals. Okay, not only this dude is responsible for all the chemicals that we have now, he is responsible for all the chemicals that are in the future we don't know. Gentiles like, oh, they discover everything. No, they don't. They barely scratch the surface. They even have more chemicals, things that are in the future that we will be discovered. You will. Okay, you'll be the one that will travel there and bring those things back and invented this type of thing. That's what it is. That's what it says. Okay. He can learn all about, should it be interested to the student, he can learn about the elements of all the other planets and the entire cosmic worldly order. In addition, the student can learn much more. He can learn through magic and Kabbalah how to make practical use of the radiation of the individual primary substances of our planetary system in the mental, astral, and even in a physical form. Should the student request it, he can be trained to become a consummate master of the chemical primary elements on the basis of precise methods and instruction when he will receive from his archgenius. Therefore, he will become a magical Kabbalistic alchemist. If you are into alchemy, This dude is the guy you want to see, because he will teach you not only the elements on the earth, but the elements of any planet and all the planets that exist in our cosmos. We may be landed on a planet, they have four different elements. They maybe have a four different element, they not four different elements. They may have elements that we never. What the hell is this? We have elements like mercury, gold, plastic. I don't know what that is, the water stuff. Those are certain elements we have. We have the periodic table of elements. Is that what that is? You probably landed in another civilization. They have their own stuff. There are certain elements that they have there. They are new. You don't know them. They do certain different things. We have some elements that are acidic. Acids, if you put it in your skin, if you put certain acid in your skin, it will melt it and eat in your skin. You probably ended on this planet, they have an acidic element. If you put it in your stump hand or in your stump cut finger, it go it back. They could have a liquid element here. If you pour it on certain cuts that you have in your body, it would reform it. They probably have certain type of element over there. If you bathe with it, it rejuvenated you, make you into a young man or a young woman. They probably have an element over there. If you drink it, it will make you super strong forever. They probably have an element over there. If you drink it, it will literally give you a light that you can activate and deactivate in you wherever you are at night. You can just activate it and then you bright the whole town. I don't know. This is just imagination things that I'm throwing out there. All right. Number 7, Zuriel, the sign of the zodiac, Zebra, Libra, excuse me. Okay, Libra. Zuriel and Libra, I thought Zuriel, Zebra. But anyway, Zuriel, Libra. Zuriel is the seventh archgenius of the sphere of Tzedeq. On all planets, Zuriel is in charge of the fertility principles. Okay, or as it applies to vegetations and living beings as per Zuriel instructions, the student will fully comprehend the fertility principle of the entire worldly order on the basis of specific methods which this initiator will entrust to the student. He will be able to accomplish miracles through magic and the Kabbalah. For example, the student could make water pour out of rocks, as did Moses. He could turn desolated desert into a paradise, etc. This is the type of thing you can do if you can get in contact. If you're mature enough, you can get in contact with Zuriel. Zuriel can show you how you can hit a rock and then water come out of it. Zuriel can show you how you can levitate above the Sahara Desert and turn it into the African Amazon forest. Are we mature enough to wield such a power? Moses did. Look what we, the two-thirds of Moses, did to Moses. Our beloved brother Yahushua did. Paul, Enoch, and all of that. Look how we treat them. Those guys, they study those things. Now you understand Moses went and communicate with all those things. He actually went to other planets. He actually went to places. Maybe when the Mosai told Moses, you will not see the promised land, he put him on another planet. They never really, well, you'll say Moses is dead. The demon came in and fight for his body. Moses probably leave his body here and travel to another place. When you find the mummies, like for instance, when they find a perfectly preserved mummy, and they assume this person is dead, that person is not dead. Their body is conserved here on earth. They're probably traveling universes, planets to planets, living life and travel. Once they learn enough, they come back to their body and then they come back and teach us. The mummies that they are showing you, they discovered these Egyptian mummies, those are fake. The real mummies don't look like dead bodies at all. They were fresh body. They were like human body. When you discover them, they are fresh body. When you look at them, their skin, they don't age. There's no life in it though, but the soul is somewhere in the universe traveling, maybe lost forever. Okay? Are we ready to wield such a power? Okay, that's what Zuriel can help you do, making water and then turn desert into paradise. Okay. However, a spheric student who is initiated by these genius could also do the exact opposite in a few seconds. Just like you can make water come out of a rock, just like you can turn the Sahara Desert into a paradise, you can also go to the Amazon forest in South America, Brazil, you turn it into a desert. You can go to the Niagara Fall over there in Buffalo, New York, or between the border of Canada and stuff. You just cut off the water in a matter of seconds. You can do the positive, you can also do the negative. Choice is yours. In addition, the student has his discretion to cause many other miraculous things as they pertain to the fertility principle. It must also be obvious that Zuriel can also explain the cosmic sexual mysteries in all phases and all kingdoms and spheres. If you wish to know the name of the book, it's Franz Bardon, The Practice of Magical Evocation. We are just studying. You can find a PDF on biglify.com, or better yet, you buy the book. Okay. Number 8, Cabriel. Cabriel, sign of the zodiac Scorpio. The eighth arch-genius of the sphere of Jupiter is Cabriel. He controls and directs the primary radiation principle and the entire cosmic worldly order in a mental, astral, and physical manner. A student who establishes contact with Cabriel can reveal any secret in the entire cosmic hierarchy through magic and Kabbalah. Now, they keep making a difference, Regent. They keep making a difference between magic and Kabbalah. There's a big difference here between magic and Kabbalah. It's not the same, apparently. And through magical Kabbalistic metaphysics, he will also find out how the laws of the primary radiation principle can be applied and practiced. The magician will become the absolute ruler in the microcosm and the macrocosm worldly order through controlling the primary radiation principle. It is entirely at the discretion of the student to make practical use of these powers and acquire might. Number 9, Aduak Kiel, sign of the zodiac, Sagittarius. Excuse me. Aduakiel is the ninth archgenius of the sphere of Tzedeq. This genius has the primary legality, justness, and equilibrium under his control and direction, i.e., which is Latin for that is, that of the consummate harmony of the entire cosmic, worldly order of all planets and all spheres of our universe. A student may be instructed by this genius about the highest wisdom and the unfathomable mysteries of divine lawfulness, justness, and equilibrium. The student will also learn from Aduakiel how to make use of all the laws in the universe through magic and Kabbalah without disturbing the equilibrium. Ha! Attention, 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 and caution. Be very caution. Very caution, brethren. You can use those things without disturbing the equilibrium, the balance, the karma, without disturbing it. You can use it without cause after effects, without cause Um, uh, when you take a medicine and there is side effects, because every single thing in life you do, there is a side effects, after effects, and reaction. For every action there is a reaction. However, if you can get in contact with this dude, you can bypass those things. How magnificent. I'm picturing what I can do with this guy and get away with it, never get caught. You do not disturb the equilibrium of the world, the cosmic, the universe. Excuse me. The student will learn also from Adu Yel how to make use of all the laws in the universe through magic and Kabbalah without disturbing the equilibrium. Anael, number 10, sign of the zodiac, the house of the Black George. Anael is the 10th genius of the sphere of Tzedeq. Anael is in charge of the karmic primary principle of the entire order of all planets in all sphere. Again, Capricorn don't play. Capricorn is all about that whip. Whoosh. Capricorn is the judge. Capricorn will sit there and judge this matter righteously. Capricorn is in charge of karma, good sir. And we're about to get into Capricorn, okay? But pretty soon, we're about to get in there. Karma, straight up. Anahel is the judge that keep the eyes, that stern judge with that stern look in his face. Keep this thing in order here, give you a karma that you deserve, sir. Should this be of interest of the student, he can be taught by Anael about the effects of the karmic laws on all planes and all spheres. The student will also gain knowledge from a magical Kabbalistic point of view as to how the karmic primary principle, its laws are to be used for the various sphere. Number 11, Kam Biel. Cambiel or Cambiel, the sign of the zodiac, Aquarius. This is the 11th archgenius of the sphere of Tzedeq. He controlled the crystalline primary principle, the primary principle of crystallization, condensation, and hardening in the entire cosmic worldly order, and therefore also in our entire solar system. So, if you are into crystals, if you are building your own place, you want your entire house or your entire city to be a city of crystal, you want your technology to be crystallized based technology, like the Kryptonian, like Superman. When he went home, his technology is based on crystal. This guy can help you. There are so much technology that is in crystal that is not even invented yet. The technology that we have in crystal, or mostly, this is me being ignorant, or using hospitals. Certain crystal, they shoot light and then from a laser beam, they treat certain hospital. We do not have crystallized based technology, if I'm not mistaken, do we? We do not have crystallized base airplanes or craft that can fly, that can run. We do not have that. Crystallize. Can we store? It is said that one of those intelligence can give you the knowledge to store the wisdom and knowledge of an entire planet in a crystal like this. A crystal like that can become a library of the entire knowledge of an unknown planet in an unknown universe. Anytime you want to access anything, you just think it, and this thing beam this information into your head, and then the information come out of your forehead, your third eye, it materialize. We do not have crystallized technology, at least from what I understand. Okay, this is Moldavite, a very powerful thing, but I don't know how to use it properly to unlock the thing in there. He can teach me. Okay, page 345, please. All right. Cam BL also controls the lawful orbit of all planets. And then in the connection, it also controls gravity, i.e., that is the gravitational force. Campbell can enlighten the student about the secrets of crystallization, not only as they pertain to our planet, but also as they pertain in all the other planets. The significance from a magical Kabbalistic point of view is as follows. A student learns through alchemy, magic, and the Kabbalah how to change the principle of solidification by increasing or decreasing the vibration in accordance with the laws of substance as he wishes. Powerful. The knowledge of the magician will gain from Campbell gives him the ability to change a pebble into a diamond and vice versa, a diamond into a pebble. It is said here, if you can get in contact with Campbell, he will give you the ability to take a little rock, turn it into a diamond, and you can take a diamond, you turn it into a little rock. You can take that's why it is said there are certain technology that we have, they are crystallized based technology. This thing that I'm wearing around my neck can be in an entire planet by itself. If you can change a little rock into diamond, you can actually turn a whole planet into a little rock and wear it around your neck. For those of you who are familiar with the movie Men in Black or the series Men in Black, there is in the first one, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, there is a cat, there's a quote unquote a being, an alien, okay, most of it alien that from another space, another place, that live in a house, that live in a body that look like a human, okay. And this alien is, he have like an entire universe, brothers, and an entire galaxy. Is that what that is? An entire galaxy inside of a little crystal, a little thing that is around a cat neck. And when a galaxy, the Orion belt, is that what that is? He has an entire galaxy compressed inside of a little crystal, put it around the cat as a jewelry. When the guy was talking with Will Smith, and then I believe when they were looking for it, and a guy said, like, this is impossible. You could never compress the, and the guy look at it and say, man, you human and your freaking knowledge, dog. Because it is not possible for you, therefore it's not possible for no one. You can do this. Now you see how when this hit the fence, some of you, maybe some of those beings are watching this. Okay, maybe some of those beings are there and they have places, prepare for us. Like I said, sometimes people used to see when they look up, they see floating cities. I draw one when I was like 13 and stuff. I was inspired, so I'll draw whole floating cities. We may have floating cities all over that have technology that cloak them. When this fish hit the fan, the one that's supposed to go in these floating cities will go. Okay. All right. Fear not, brothers. We cover. Look at how many fish we have on our side, man. It's just we need to get the guts and then go get those things. Anyway, the knowledge you will gain from Cambia gives him the ability to turn people into a diamond. The student is also taught by Cambia the laws of alchemy in the highest form, especially by the dry process, and the practical use of gravitation from the magical Kabbalistic point of view. Should it be a spheric magician's wish, he can make the heaviest boulders as light as feather or vice versa. Should it be your wish, if you have the ability, it can be, I'll give you the ability, you can make the biggest boulder on earth light as feather. You can make feather as heavy as a boulder. Excuse me, beloved, let me show you something here. Yes, sweetie. Yeah, I'm still doing this. So what's going on?
Oh, I just checking to see you need water.
No, let me see. Do I? Oh, yep, I need water. Please.
Isso aí é tudo que ele... Tá bom, já entendi. Ele torna as coisas mais pesadas também. A nebulosa Tiberon vai nos fornecer a antimatéria de que precisamos. Astron e Mano, vão! Astron, diminua a velocidade do núcleo. Esmeralda, abra a nuvem. Isso é o legal dos meus poderes gravitacionais. Eu posso fazer as coisas ficarem leves ou não.
See how he lift that big rocks?
Só preciso de um pouco de gravidade. Se me permite... Não! Não pode fazer isso comigo! Eu sou Mordru! Mordru! Não podem ser eles. A gente armou um perímetro de alerta. Tinham que nos avisar. Ei, vocês podem cuidar disso? Por quê? Tem que ir a algum lugar mais importante.
Thank you, sweetie. Anybody? Excuse me. You see what's going on here? That's what Cambiel can help you do. All right. This guy name is Starboy. Man, I don't think I have time to go into the whole Starboy thing, but I think we will stop at Jupiter. We're probably gonna do the other rest later on. Starboy, okay. We talk about this. It's called Legion of Superhero. This one was in Portuguese, but they have it in English. Starboys have the ability to make matters heavy and light. He has the ability, just these things that you're called. He can make a boulder light as a feather. He can make a feather as heavy as a boulder. That's why we told you when those people they read those books, they know those things. They cannot do Regin, the so-called 83 cannot imagine anything that they don't see or they don't know. They cannot pull it out of their brain like that. They must have seen it somewhere. Yes, change the mass weight of any object. It can make you light as a feather, it can make you heavy as the planet Saturn. Should it be Sprague's student where she can make the heaviest boulder as light as feather or vice versa? Make the smaller things too so heavy that no power can lift them. Now you understand the for some of you, you understand Thor hammer. Okay, Thor hammer, only Thor can lift it. It was crafted into a piece of a star or whatever. Only certain people that are worthy to lift the hammer of Thor. Okay, all right. All right. Thor hammer can be as light as it can or heavier, no one can lift it. Thank you. Excalibur sword. Now you understand why Merlin made the Excalibur sword, like only King Arthur can operate the sword. Not because the sword is things, because if he can, the sword will not obey you. It become as heavier as the earth if you try to pull it. But when King Arthur pulled the sword out of the rock, it become light. All right. It's quite obvious that wait, hang on. Wait, wait. It's quite obvious that this arch genius can also answer all the students a question regarding the levitation. So if you want to levitate, you want a technology regarding the levitation, this is your guy. Cambiel also has his disposal various methods with which the spheric student can acquire this ability, and this arch genius will gladly entrust these methods to him. They will gladly give you these things. Okay. The last one for Zedek, all right. Jophaniel. Jophaniel, sign of the zodiac Pisces. The 12th archgenius of the sphere of Zedek is Jophaniel. Under his jurisdiction is the primary principle of evolution on all planets, in all spheres, in all kingdoms, mental, astral, and material, in the entire cosmic worldly order. This genius direct the ascent and maturity in all sphere and all planet. It is quite difficult to describe the words, the experience that a student can gain through contact with this art genius. The student will gain knowledge and wisdom of such a profundity that it is almost impossible for an underdeveloped person to grasp the immensity of its intellectuality. All praise and glory goes to the Most High. Give the mighty one a hand, brethren. We stop here. We will do Shabbatai and Pluto. We can do Shabbatai and Pluto. No, today is Monday. There's people gotta go to work. There's school. It's already 9:49. We'll stop here. We'll do Shabbatai. We'll do Shabbatai, Uranus, and Pluto tomorrow if we have time. Give the mighty one glory, brethren. Great glory, great praise. We have learned something. We have learned a couple of things. Not that much though, but we learned something. Okay. Again, beloved, I'm not telling anyone, forcing you to believe those things are real or they are not real. Okay. It's just things, knowledge. We don't know. We just study, man. We just study. But we know for a fact we will stumble upon one of those things that will materialize physically. We will be able to control the elements. We will be able to fulfill our mission, which is subdue this earth. The one that forms the deck, the one that formed the Shemesh, the Levana, you are sending here and training. Until you're good, you can go back to your people or whatever. I don't know. This is just me making up Hishman. So, we will stop here. We will take Shabbatai tomorrow. As you can hear and see, beloved, there is a lot of things that you can do concerning knowledge, and you understand like why the 83 telling you don't learn those things, don't study them. If you learn them, you will go astray, you will go to hell, you will go to this, you will go to that, because they know for a fact some of you already have those things in you. That is why I will not stop anyone that wish to get in contact with these things. Somebody has asked, well, how do you get in contact with those spirits? First of all, first and foremost, you must know yourself first. You must know the zone girdling the earth. You must know the things that are habitated, your elements. You must know what element. For instance, I'm fire. I know who I am. I know who's in Shemesh and all that. Then I gotta know what's in the fire. Then the fire. So if I want water and everything, it is always good to learn all of them, all four of them. Then now you're gonna practice fasting for a very long period of time. No food, no drink. I'm not talking about fasting for repentance. I'm talking about fasting for training your mind and your body, going a long way. Some of you may die doing this, and some of you will die doing that. But that's the grueling thing it takes. A lot of meditation, a lot of practice, a lot of things. And you will need, some of you may have to buy places that are very far from civilization, where there is, no house, so you won't be disturbed. then you will evoke those things, and then you will ask. Once you call one, and then you will train your body. You will train you have to do something that you were unable to do on your entire life to break the barrier, to break these things. I believe somebody have some cigarette addiction. That's like a good thing right now. It's terrible for you, but it's a good thing if you can break this addiction, this cigarette addiction. You will become so mindful, so steadfast, so strong. This will give you a leg up to contact certain the low, not low vibrating spirit, but the spirit that are in the low hierarchy. Okay, if you have certain addiction, sugar addiction, sexual addiction, drug addiction, you can kick that cold turkey. Your mind becomes strong, and then you're moving, then you will be able to make the initiation. First, you cannot call those things without being an initiate, okay? They won't obey you if you're not an initiate. That's why we have Hogwarts, okay? And Hogwarts doesn't take anyone like that. You will go to certain tests, like I said, some of you may not return. I don't even know if I go to this test, if I will return. Only time can tell. Because, like I said before, they're going to take your ass and send you to the other side. If you come back, you come back. You don't come back, well, hey, you shouldn't be coming here. There's a strong possibility you might not coming back. For those of you that read the book of Water and Spirit, you know what I'm talking about. This is serious, man. Only the strong will be able. You read the knowledge, brothers. Okay, only the only the strong can acquire this knowledge. Now, again, let's say the baking addiction. We understand what we don't know, brothers. Okay, we don't know the most of our stuff about baking. We don't know what they are, and people, when it comes to baking and addiction baking, I went to these things. I even have a whole channel back I did when I was like young, and then I got involved with the wrong side, with the wrong people, and this thing literally mess up my mind. Yes, addiction to anything when it comes to body, drugs, or stuff, you're gonna have to cut this cold turkey, because if you go to certain one of those spheres, they know you're an addict, they will use that against you. If you lend it and then there's a negative spirit there, he know you're addicted to this thing, he will offer it to you. If you are unable to resist this, then you become quote unquote their slave. That's why you have to be your mind has to be clear. You have to go to a lot of heavy training, man. Things that will kill you can kill you and literally will kill you. That's what it is, man. You have to go under certain. That's why the Gentiles, they cannot do these things. Most of them cannot do it. And I believe whoever this Franz Bardon was, most likely he was a black man. And then they took everything, they put it to this dude. Franz Bardon was a Midianite, most likely, I'm strongly believe, or it could be one of our people that don't look like us. Because it will only take the strongest. Are you the strongest? Then prove it. Okay. To the person that have the addiction to cigarettes, we have a remedy for that. But again, this hash is gouling. All right, we have a remedy for that. It's concerning. Somebody gonna have to do it for you. You cannot know it. That's the thing. Okay, you cannot know it. But yes, the addiction to cigarette. The only addiction we cannot get rid of is crack, because crack is the chemical, the spirit, the spiritual. Oh, the crack is like, oh man, crack is something else. So that's why certain of those angels, certain of those intelligences, they do chemicals. You can go to them. You say, how do you negate the addiction or whatever, and things like that. So some people, if you're a Nogahite, that's what I do, that's what it is. Okay, but because of that, you don't go out there and then, do all sort of things. You control yourself. It's all about control. Question: when we travel beyond the firmament, will we gather at a central meetup location like Florida? Yes, we can, or we don't have to. I would rather our people do this when we come to a place, and then we just the masters are there. We're just lying down, and then we're going to travel together. Everybody sign up this paper, Okay, that if you fucking die, that's on you. Okay, your family not going to do anything and stuff, and then we go. We told you the story before, and then we'll go to a place that we can handle, a vibration that we can handle. For instance, the zone girdling the earth, that would be a vibration we can handle. Okay, and once you start getting to the moon, it's different. Once you start going to the moon, it's very different. And then you go to Kokav, it's different. You go to Madim, Shemesh, stuff. It probably gonna take us years. One thing I know, it may not take us years because the mighty one has shortened the time because of us. Okay. All right. Okay, this is just me talking hish, man. Some of you are able to do those things. I don't know who you are, man. You most likely, some of you are way stronger than me, man. Some of you may don't have any addiction at all, and you're very disciplined. You can do this. All right, I'm not that disciplined, man. If a guy like me been trying to break certain addiction to food, and then you don't break that, and you go over there, it's just hell. You go to Noga. And you met a beautiful young woman over there that can cook for you and stuff. You're like, hey, what the hell? I'm staying here. So it's you gotta have to be mentally, you have to train, man. It's a mental thing. That's why they call it a mental travel. It's a mental thing. You have to train mentally, man. Be able to resist, be able to fight, be able to push back, be able to not to break down. All those things, a lot of bath that I'm going through cleanse me, and I'm getting ready, training, do this, not be around certain scumbag and stuff. Certain things I stop doing, I refrain from doing, because if I do those things require massive amount of energy, and I need my energy. That's why, like with this nigga over there arguing, with that nigga over there arguing, and all this nonsense. No, man. Some of you are strong, you can do those things, but then again, only a few, brethren, a few out of like 10,000, out of the 3 million subscribers that we have, probably 2 or 3 of you. Could it be me? I don't know. I don't doubt that, but I don't know. Frankly, I do not know. All I know, we are in contact with people that do this. Okay, they do this ever since they were little children. All right. Okay, so any more question, beloved, before we leave you in peace? We will pick this up tomorrow. I will change the title, though. Any more question? We don't have to do this, brothers. In the book, they say that if one of us is able to do this, we will teach the rest. If one of us is able to master this, we will become, quote unquote, we don't like that word, but a teacher to the nation. The masters over here, that job are done. They already told us, hey, our job is done, man. We want to teach. Nobody want to learn. We have it here. So you guys want to do it, we'll give it to you, and then we'll go back wherever it come from. Because remember, we are very unique. We are the Israelites, but we are a different breed. Okay, we are very unique. All right. We beyond a lot of things, brothers. Okay. Okay, then. Well, if there's any question, I'll say thank you, beloved, for joining with us. Please, the beloved communicator, Yaquab, brother Elijah, in your prayer for dealing with addiction. It's not gonna be easy, man. Addiction, the cigarette addiction, drug addiction, that cookie addiction, it's not easy at all. Now again, I will explain when we are maturing enough on the so-called addiction, when it comes to especially the cookie addiction. Okay, there's a lot of things we do not understand. The Gentiles put in your mind. Okay, that's not what it is. Okay, there are certain things because we still, whether you want it or not, we still have some Christian mindset remaining. Certain things are preventing us from going, and we're gonna have to meditate upon this. Okay, all right. A meditation for every Wednesday. We will fast this Thursday coming up. We will fast for repentance for the whole nation. Of course, this Wednesday coming up tomorrow, I will advise you to fast on the situation that we're facing now concerning those intelligences, concerning your graduation. Okay, concerning your graduation, because if you reach March, that means that you spend a whole year, you're still here, you're still alive, you graduate, and you're gonna ask yourself, did I grow? Did I learn? Did I practice? Did I do study and approve and show myself approved to the mighty one? Okay, every Wednesday. Today I did a little meditation concerning the sun. I meditate on the sun. I breathe the sun. I exhale darkness. I breathe the light. I exhale darkness. I imagine my candle in front of me and I breathe the fire. And I see the flame get inside of me, purify my body, and then smoke came out of my mouth and came out my ear. Stuff like that. Do a little meditation, man. Meditate. And again, brothers, it will help a lot. Whenever you feel tired, turn off your phone. Turn off your phone, turn off your computer, and go to sleep. If you can, some of you see when you're meditating, you keep falling asleep. This is not sleep. You're going places so fast. I was going to places so fast. Like I thought I was falling asleep. I'm like, am I falling asleep? What the hell is going? Sometime when I'm praying here and I ask the nation, did I fall asleep? I felt like I fall asleep for a little second. But anyway, especially if you have sleep apnea, you know what that is. Turn off your phone, man. Take a little nap once a day. It will help. Prepare yourself. I say fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.